All right, welcome back. Another edition of In This Corner. I'm Mark Edwards, joined by Diamond Rock Promotions own Lendrick Nelson. Lendrick, it's been a while since we've seen some Diamond Rock Promotions, but we know you guys have been busy. You had 2 amateur fights this year. Talk about the 2 amateur fights.
The 2 amateur fights we had was October 27th, Victory in the Rock. And we had some great fights, amateur kids ages 8 and up. And we had some great fights, a lot of crowd participation. It was just great. It was a fun night.
Why should a young, up-and-coming boxer want to get into amateur events before making any moves? Why not just walk right into the gym, say I want to be a professional right now, let's go?
It's not that easy. You learn a whole lot being an amateur. And with an amateur background, you learn the basics. You get a good, solid foundation. You really find out if this is what you want to do as a profession. A lot of guys come in and think they want to be a boxer, and then when they actually get in the ring and get hit,
everybody's got a plan until you get hit in the mouth. Oh, you know, in July, you guys had a professional fight, Night of Knockouts, and that name, just lived up to its namesake.
Yes, it did. It was Night of Knockouts. Yeah. I can't pick one particular fight that stood out more than any other, but it was great to have a lot of local guys, local fighters, get on the card and display their talents and abilities to their fan bases that are local, as well as other fans that came in from out of state. We even had the first female boxing match. There hadn't been one of those here in a while, and we were more than happy to oblige the fans with it.
Well, with that being said, I know the fans are going to get another treat. We had the Budweiser Tough Man contest last year, but this year, definitely different. You guys have changed some things up. Talk about what you're doing different this year.
We'll be at the Maumelle Event Center, and the dates will be March 8th and 9th. And I think this is going to be a much bigger Tough Man than the one last year, because people will realize that it is the original Budweiser Tough Man contest, not some phony or wannabe.
Yeah. What makes the Tough Man contest something? I mean, average everyday people coming in there, that's what's entertaining to me. You got so many people coming in who sit on the couch, but now you're from sitting on the couch and it's just a slugfest.
Well, the reason the Tough Man contest was started because the original guy that started Tough Man, he wanted to give people an opportunity to fight. So just because you don't have that amateur background or there's a lot of untapped talent that comes from the Tough Man contest.
Just to see who can take it.
Just to see who can take it. There have been many Tough Man champions that have went on and had great careers as a professional fighter.
Wow. On March 8th, the 9th, 2019, the new Tough Man contest, the new venue, Maumelle Event Center, we know that. We know Diamond Rock Promotions will be pretty active this year because you guys usually are.
Oh, yeah.
And you got something else coming up to tell us about.
Well, we always have something coming up. We try to stay on it, and we try and give the fans what they want to see. In the spring of 2019, we're going to do something the first of its kind here in Arkansas, and we look forward to bringing Arkansas.
You can't tell us what it is. Not just yet.
Not just yet. Not just yet.
All right. Well, there you have it. Mark Edwards, Lendrick Nelson, Diamond Rock Promotions. It's going to be another great year. We hope you'll join us for that. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Got I'm Steve Landers for the all-new Cowboy family of dealerships. You know, I've grown up in the car business, and I'm proud to now be living and raising my family right here in a community that shares our same values and beliefs. I'm proud to introduce myself to you and hope you and your family will stop by, look around a bit, or even just say hello. Can't wait to see you at Cowboy. That's the all-new Steve Landers Cowboy Chevy Buick GMC in Heber Springs.
All right, so we're back for the original Tough Man 2019. As you know, Weldon, Tough Man started back in 1979 in Bay City, Michigan, by a guy named Art Dorr. Art was the Tough Man guy. He was the original voice of Tough Man, and of course, you know, Tough Man left Arkansas for a little while, and it's back in Arkansas, the original Budweiser Tough Man, and we're excited about it. This is the second year back, and the Diamond Rock Promotions is promoting it. We're looking forward to another good year. You know, my name's Stubby Stumbaugh, and I've kind of evolved to the voice of Tough Man, and I've been did it for about 18 years on and off, and then this is my second year coming back. They've invited me back to do the ring announcing. I have a good time, as you know, yes. And we're going to have a good time at the Maumelle Event Center when it's coming back. So I just wanted to talk to you just a little bit. As you know, Weldon, Tough Man is pretty tough. It ain't for wimps. It ain't for sissies.
No.
But while I'm not going to say that you're any of those, when you fought last year, you come up a little short for the championship.
I come a little short in 3 different matches. So.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you planning on fighting this year?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm on.
Have you signed up yet?
I'm signing up when I leave here.
Well, let me tell you something. As you know, and we've experienced here, right here in Hooters in West Little Rock, that talk is cheap. and so we've got the sign-up sheet, and we're going to get you to fill that out. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and we're going to do some stuff, but you'll need to fill that out.
Yes, sir.
Because the rest of the talking that you do is just going to sound like blah, 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 blah until you fill that out.
There's going to be a little bit of talking, but
and then
it'll definitely get filled out.
You can even fill that out and write a check, but if you don't show, you're still blah, blah, blah.
That's right, that's right.
And so with that being said, you know, one of the questions that I have for you is, even though you come up short last year, for some reason or another, you kept coming back because maybe somebody threw their shoulder out. I don't know if that was true or just a wimp excuse, or somebody didn't show up and maybe that was a wimp excuse or whatever. But the one thing that we all agree on is that you kept coming back, and you wasn't scared to get in the ring. So chicken you're not. But what are you going to do differently this year to maybe have a different result in the fights?
I think I come up short on my cardio, so I'm probably going to do a little bit more cardio, get a little bit more wind underneath me so I can stay in the final rounds. I do good in the first round, middle of the second, then I was done. I was gassed out, couldn't go no more. So I'll do a lot of cardio and a lot more physical exercise to prepare for it. I think I'm all right on my fighting. I mean, I need to keep my hands up a little bit more, but mostly just cardio. It's all about the cardio. As soon as you run out, you got it coming from another guy, I promise. So I'm going to work on my cardio and keeping my hands up above my head. So.
Well, you know, as we sat here and talked earlier, you know, Tough Man isn't for professionals. This is amateur 3 1-minute rounds of boxing with headgear, with the heaviest gloves that you got, and lower protection. Our first and foremost concern is the safety of the fighters. And you said something, you know, that your cardio and staying power, but yet you just went out there and smoked a cigarette a while ago.
Yeah, that's actually over with.
So with that being said, you know, we're fixing to interview another guy here, Jacob Gentry. While you kept coming back, he kind of derailed your hopes for a championship.
A little bit. He got me in the beginning of the second round to the third round. He had my number. Thought I did good in the first round. Like I said, you know, run out of gas, run out of it, and he went to really putting it on me. So I'm gonna do better this year, and hopefully this year he's really got it coming and not gonna make it too much further than me. So.
Well, like I said, till you get that filled out, it's just smack talk anyway. With that being said, the rumor is for the fights this year, maybe between last year and this year, is that the heavyweight champion last year, Bruce the Lion DeLeon, has offered to help train you for this year's fights.
Yes, sir.
Talk about that a little bit.
Bruce is he's my brother-in-law, my best friend of 15 years. Known each other for forever. A real good guy, really, really good boxer, real smart when it comes to it. And he pushes me to do better for myself and to try harder. So I couldn't ask for a better trainer. Hopefully we get the chance to get him in a corner. If we get him in a corner, just in that, I mean, he's a really good corner guy. He'll be a good corner guy for other guys. He really knows what he's talking about, and he pays attention.
So do you think this training is going to give you a leg up over Jacob?
I know he ain't got a chance. If I train now, he doesn't have a chance.
Do you think you and Jacob be in the same weight class?
If he drops down like he says he might do, no, we ain't gonna be in the same weight class. But if there's more super heavyweights, even then I don't know if we're gonna be in the same weight class. So I may jump up to super heavyweight and fight where I'm a little bit more comfortable. You know, bigger guys, a little bit more comfortable with them.
Right. So one of the things is, you know, even though you didn't win the championship, you won the hearts of the Tough Man fans. You were a fan favorite, and I think part of that was not only your staying power, but maybe also your outfit in the ring. So let's talk about, will the overalls make an appearance this year?
The overalls will be back. I'm not losing them. This will be my second time wearing them. I'm not going to lose overalls. They're coming back. I am going to get something that fit a little bit better and actually tie them up so I'm not fighting with the straps. But no, the overalls ain't going nowhere. That made a standpoint. And overalls make me look better too, so got to keep them.
Well, you know, of course, I'm a fan of overalls myself, but, you know, in the ring, you got to wear a little something different. You know, Tough Man ain't for wimps, like we said earlier, and it's for tough guys and tough girls. Of course, you know, here in a minute we're going to talk about that. Is there anything that Weldon, what was it, the Sign Shop Assassin, Hale, would like to tell the Tough Man fans before you got a chance?
What I would tell them, I mean, there's a lot of smack talking, you know that. A lot of people want to run their mouth. I mean, if you got what it takes, don't be a fan, be a hero inside of it, see what you got. And I tell everybody to come out and watch. It's really, really exciting. You got amateur, you know, people that's never fought in their life coming out there and putting it all on the line. And whether or not they win or lose, they're all a chance for just even getting in, man. It's hard to take a butt whooping and keep on ticking. So I encourage them to come out and watch, and I encourage them to sign up for it. I really do. It's a lot of fun.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that you've got the heart to be a Tough Man champion. I just don't know that you have the lungs.
I'm not going to let, out of all the years I've done it, and for as long as I've done it this year, I ain't going to let you down. I'm going to get the lung power.
Well, you know as well as I do that I try to help the fans along and try to encourage fighters and discourage fighters. One of the things is you talk about holding your gloves up, and when you're out of wind, you just don't. Then you hug on each other. And listen, we're not there to see a bunch of grown, sweaty, hairy men hug on each other in the ring. We're there to see who the toughest man in Central Arkansas is. And certainly, you know, Weldon, the Sign Shop Assassin, we look forward to seeing you the 8th and 9th at the Maumelle Event Center in North Little Rock, and we look forward to seeing you there.
You'll see me for sure, buddy.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Steve Landers for the all-new Cowboy family of dealerships. You know, I've grown up in the car business, and I'm proud to now be living and raising my family right here in a community that shares our same values and beliefs. I'm proud to introduce myself to you and hope you and your family will stop by, look around a bit, or even just say hello. Can't wait to see you at Cowboy. That's the all-new Steve Landers Cowboy Chevy Buick GMC in Heber Springs.
Jacob Gentry. We're here with Jacob Gentry. Good to see you again. You know kind of the drill here, and we appreciate you coming out today and visiting with us about the original Tough Man. As you know, this is going into our 40th year of the original Budweiser Tough Man. And wanted to kind of sit down and talk with you, see a couple things. So where'd you finish last year?
Coming second.
So you know what second place is, right?
Yeah.
Means you're the first loser. That's right. Of course, you know, here I am talking smack, but I'm not even one of the Tough Man fighters. But then again, you know, there's other fighters that even end up behind you. And so, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's pretty tough. Being in the Tough Man, being a fighter's tough. Tough Man ain't for wimps and ain't for crybabies. So as you know all that stuff, and we talked about many things, my question to you, Jacob, is have you signed up yet?
I have not yet.
So, you know, earlier between you and Weldon, y'all were kind of talking some smack. So I tell you the same thing. All we hear when you do all that talking before you even sign up and write your check is blah, 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 blah. So, you know, March 8th tonight's coming up.
Oh, yeah.
The big event, the main event. Tough Man was gone for a few years. We're back. Last year was the first time for the original Tough Man being back, and we're excited about it. We're stoked about it. With that being said, you know, tell me some of the things that you've done from last year to this year to maybe not be in the second place.
Honestly, I just show up. I show up and have fun, but this year I will train for longer than an hour. I'm going to try to slow down on maybe the drinking and smoking so much. And, yeah, I've got a beautiful wife that will actually keep me on track now, where I don't do as much of the dumb stuff and wind up in bar fights and all kind of other fun things.
I said this to Weldon a while ago because, you know, he's talking about how he wants to do better. And I know you want to do better as well, but I did see you out there smoking and drinking a cold beer a while ago, too.
Oh, yeah.
And so, you know, here we are less than 2 months away, and Tough Man is upon us. So if you're just going to show up, have you recruited anybody to help you train this year besides your beautiful wife?
No, it's always just kind of on me to do.
So what's some of the things that you've done to kind of train, or that you think you may do to train between now and the fights?
I like to start running again and work on my cardio, and they got this cool thing called a heavy bag. I'm going to punch it a time or two.
Very good. Last year wasn't your first time to fight.
No.
You fought before, even though Tough Man was gone for a few years, but even before that you fought. What's some of your most memorable things about the original Budweiser Tough Man?
Honestly, it's just been the amazing fun that's always been there. I mean, I've come up as a kid. My dad used to do it, so as a little kid, I got to go and watch everybody do it. And I even got to be a ring card guy for the girls' fight when I was 5. So, you know, that's some fun stuff. And, I mean, it's very family-friendly, especially now that it's been retaken over and re-back here. I think it'll do nothing but continue to get bigger. So I think everyone should come watch it and bring kids, let them maybe get interested in learning how to fight.
So earlier with Weldon, and I hate to keep bringing him up, but he's talked some pretty good smack here. And as you know, Weldon showed up last year in a pair of overalls.
Oh, yeah.
So now we're going to talk about your outfit in the ring. So let's talk about your outfit in the ring. Let's refresh everybody's memory about what you wore.
I mean, I just try to be pretty is what it comes down to. Started off in my gold Spanx. The next night, I went to my hot pink ones, and then for the finals, wore my kilt. And this year, I'm going to probably switch it up a little bit, at least on colors. I'm going to still be pretty, is what it's going to come down to.
Well, not that I care, but I'm sure that there were some ladies out there wondering if you had on anything underneath the kilt.
I had a cup.
Well, that's a good thing, I guess. But they made you go put on some underwear, I believe,
Yeah.
too. So we talked about that. Is there anything that you'd like to tell the Tough Man fans? Last year was really, really good. I mean, it was really pretty awesome, changing the venues. And this year we're changing the venues again. We're going to the Maumelle Event Center. It's going to be pretty awesome. I've done a couple of events there since doing the Tough Man. It's going to be really, really cool there at the Maumelle Event Center. Is there anything that you'd like to tell Tough Man fans, or maybe some of your fans, about what you want them to see or what you want to see them do?
I would like any of my friends to show up and everyone come support me. And I've got a few friends that have also talked a lot of trash, so there are certain people out there, if you decide you want to show up and get in the ring, you're more than welcome. Sign up, come have fun. It'll be a blast.
Good deal. So where do you think you're going to finish this year?
I'll win it this year. Hands down.
Well, we certainly wish you all the best, and you know, As we said earlier, our first and foremost concern is the safety of the fighters.
Oh, yeah.
We have paramedics at ringside, we have a doctor at ringside, and we don't want anybody to get hurt. Tough Man is a good sport. It's a fun sport, not for wimps. It's not for professionals. It's for your everyday average Joe that wants the opportunity to get out there and fight. It started almost 40 years. This is going into our 40th year by a guy named Art Dorr in Bay City, Michigan. And he wanted everybody to have the same opportunity he had as a Golden Gloves boxer. And so he created Tough Man, and Tough Man's been around not only in the United States, but it's traveled all around the world to many of our servicemen and women. So it's not for wimps. But with that being said, I'd like to say this to all the Tough Man fans out there. If you think that you're tough enough, if you think that you're not a wimp, we would encourage you to go sign up for Tough Man today. And you can find that at toughmanisback.com. And if you think you're not a wimp, but you just want to be a fan, we'd encourage you to go to toughmanisback.com and purchase your tickets or sign up to fight if you're tough enough. And we appreciate you watching. All kinds of fun.